So on the weekend, I went and saw Todd Phillips's The Joker. You know me already. I love movies. I was really excited to see this one. So we have to talk about it. So yeah, you guessed it guys. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Joker. This is going to be my spoiler review because it has been out for a few days and a lot of people have been reviewing it and talking about it. And I don't think I can do this movie justice without talking about some of the things that I really liked and some of the things that really stood out to me. So this is your spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the Joker movie, please go and see it because it is an amazing movie. I'm going to tell you that from now. Now that we've got that out of the way, I don't think I need to tell you that Joaquin Phoenix did an amazing job as Arthur Fleck and the Joker. This movie was a lot more disturbing than I thought it would be. It was a lot more haunting than I thought it would be. This is not your regular comic book movie. I've seen signs outside theaters that say don't bring your children. It tackles issues of mental health, social divide. It's a very adult movie. So please don't take your children if you go and see it. But I digress. Joaquin Phoenix acted his heart out and I would not be surprised if he got at least an Oscar nomination, at least. This movie centers around Arthur Fleck and his life, how he's beaten down by society, by his peers, at work. His mum has been lying to him, and it really shows that he's this close from snapping. When I first heard about the concept for a Joker origin story, I didn't want this movie because Joker's a character that I liked the mystery about him. Heath Ledger's Joker was amazing, and the fact that he told multiple different stories about his origin during The Dark Knight was part of his charm. It was part of what made him an enigma, and I loved that. So I didn't really want them to nail down his story and have an actual origin for the Joker. But let me tell you, this movie did it great. When I say that this film was disturbing, it's only in the fact that at some points you are rooting for the Joker, as in some points you are rooting for Arthur. Like when I watched the trailer and I saw those kids beating on him, I said, let him get revenge on those kids. He didn't, but when he did get beat up the second time, he did get revenge. It was a triple homicide anyway. He killed 3 Wall Street guys that were fucking with him. I was rooting for him. I wanted those guys to die. I was like, these guys are assholes. They don't deserve to be around. The movie did a thing where you would be rooting for Arthur and then realize that what he's doing isn't really a good thing. The music did a lot to help with that. It was extremely haunting. Music would kick in and then you just realize that you're looking at a monster. The beginnings of a monster. I like that this iteration of the Joker has a condition where he laughs uncontrollably sometimes, and he has to give out a card that says that, I'm sorry, like I'm not trying to laugh at you, but I have a condition that makes me laugh, and it was painful for him. The first 2 acts of the movie, the laugh was painful. It was only until he started embracing his new normal, became really confident and stuff like that, that you started seeing that it wasn't hurting him as much. So I don't know if that was more psychological or if he did actually have that condition. His whole interaction with Zazie Beetz' character was cringy. It was just so weird. And so I felt that it was forced. I realized that he actually hadn't spoken to her. He hadn't met her. She didn't come to his show. So when he did go into her apartment, and I have no idea why it was unlocked, but when he did find his way into her apartment and she was shocked, that's when the ball dropped for me. And I was just like, shit. The whole storyline behind the Waynes and how his mum was delusional and thought that she had a relationship with Thomas Wayne. The whole twist where they made us believe that Thomas Wayne was Arthur Fleck's dad for a little while. I was like, are they really doing this? When they wrapped it up and confirmed that she was just delusional, let Arthur get abused and stuff like that, and was just really unwell, it made sense, and I like that. There's a scene where Arthur starts to embrace himself as the Joker before he goes onto Murray's show, and he kills his work colleague who gave him the gun. Now that scene was probably the most Jokerish that I've seen on the main screen because it was just so tense. You didn't know what he was going to do. You didn't know how he was going to do it. He stubbed his cigarette into the wall and made a smiley face. He only had white face paint on and the green hair, and he was moving really weird. So it looked fucking terrifying. One person that actually was nice to him, the little guy, he was terrified. You didn't know whether he was going to let him leave or he was going to murder him the same way. He locked the latch, and I was thinking, did he do that on purpose? Just so that the little guy thought that he was free and then realized that obviously he's going to die. It was just very tense, very unpredictable. You did not know what happened, and that just built the tension. It just gave me anxiety. Other scene that I liked was when he was practicing for his show and he was just laughing offbeat. I thought this was his condition, but everyone would laugh and then he would laugh afterwards, and I think that was actually him laughing. It was more controlled, he wasn't hurting himself, he wasn't choking. The fact that he was laughing when nobody else laughed was really, really key to his character, because he wasn't funny. He couldn't really engage with the crowd, especially when he did his own show. It shows the disconnect between him and people. I love this movie. I would give it a 9 out of 10. Don't want it to be a sequel or anything like that. This is a great standalone Joker origin story. The cinematography is great. The performances are great. Let me know what you thought of the movie down below. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this review. Turn those post notifications on. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. And as usual, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Taylor about the fucking flex.